Hello, Jordan Burris here. Would you like to hear a song? Today's song is a blues rock acoustic classic and one of the final recordings released from a legendary Texas troubadour. But before we get to the song, here's a brief bit of history about the song and the songwriter, Doyle Bramhall, and the most notable performer, Stevie Ray Vaughan. By the late 1980s, Stevie Ray Vaughan's achievements would be the envy of any working musician. He had toured the world with his band Double Trouble, earned multiple Grammy Awards, found the acceptance of his childhood heroes like Albert King and Muddy Waters, and was counted among the guitar gods like Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton. Aside from his professional triumphs, Vaughan had also overcome a 25-year addiction to drugs and alcohol. Vaughan began stealing his father's liquor at the age of 6. Quote, "I'd find a bottle and make myself a drink. I thought it'd be cool. I thought the kids up the street would think it was cool, and I've been depending on it ever since." End quote. His drug use would run the gamut from cannabis to quaaludes to methamphetamines to cocaine. At the height of his addiction, Vaughan would replace his morning cup of coffee with a glass of whiskey with cocaine mixed in for a pick-me-up. During a 1986 tour in Europe, Vaughan would fall ill with what was determined to be life-threatening dehydration. He checked into a rehabilitation center in London where doctors claimed he was weeks away from death. Following a month of rehabilitation in London, Atlanta, Georgia, and Austin, Texas, Vaughan would move back into his childhood home with his mother and begin rehearsals for his next tour. Vaughan worried about returning to touring and compromising his newfound sobriety. Vaughan's Double Trouble bandmates knew the animosity he felt in returning back to work, but noted that once out on the road performing his music, Vaughan began to find peace. The inspired Vaughan even began to testify to his audience of the wonders of a life free of the dependency of drugs and alcohol. Following 2 years of extensive touring, Vaughan and Double Trouble would release their album In Step in 1989. It would be Vaughan's most commercially successful release and include his first and only #1 hit, Crossfire. On August 27, 1990, following a triumphant performance alongside Eric Clapton at the Apple Valley Music Theater in East Troy, Wisconsin, Stevie Ray Vaughan, along with 4 other passengers, were killed when their helicopter would crash en route to Chicago. He was 35 years old. The tragic death of Vaughan was compounded by the peace he found in sobriety and his newfound resolve for performing and for life. As is often the case when somebody passes, especially so suddenly, those in mourning are left looking for any remnants of their loved ones, be it a photo or a note written in their handwriting, any way to extend the relationship with the departed before finally realizing that the time with them has been bookended. In the case of Stevie Ray Vaughan, it came by way of lost recordings, which his older brother Jimmy would curate. Jimmy Vaughan, who was a successful musician in his own right, delved into past recordings in search of unknown songs and unheard messages from his beloved baby brother. He curated 10 previously unreleased songs recorded between 1984 and 1989. They would be released on what would be Stevie Ray Vaughan's 5th and final album, 1991's The Sky is Crying. The album features covers of blues standards such as Close to You, Boot Hill, and the title track, and gives a glimpse into the music that inspired a skinny kid from Texas to set out to be a blues troubadour. The album also features several instrumental pieces, including a jaw-dropping 6-minute 50-second rendition of Jimi Hendrix's seminal work, Little Wing. This track in particular displays Stevie Ray Vaughan's evolution in the blues format. Not content to simply perform the music that he loves to the standard of his peers, Vaughan pushed the boundaries of the genre with dominion over his instrument, flawless technique, and controlled aggression, which resulted in a dazzling, euphoric delivery, which to this day is unmatched and completely unique. The album closes with the acoustic, achingly melancholy Life by the Drop, a song written by Jimmy and Stevie's lifelong friend Doyle Bramhall. Bramhall played in bands with Jimmy and Stevie throughout the 1970s in and around Dallas and Austin, Texas. He wrote the song in tribute to their friendship and their journey from childhood to adulthood. The title phrase, Life by the Drop, is in reference to enjoying every moment, every minute of life, something Bramhall was so proud of Stevie for doing through his sobriety. Jimmy unearthed the 1989 recording of Life by the Drop and contacted Bramhall about the track. Doyle was at once surprised and delighted at the news, as he had no idea Stevie had ever recorded the song about their perpetual friendship. The song was the obvious choice to close the album, a quiet affirmation of life at its absolute best. The stripped-down version is also a final reminder of the power that Stevie Ray Vaughan could conduct. He only needs an acoustic guitar, his voice, and 2.5 minutes to deliver his friend's profound message of life, friendship, and remembrance. As tragic as Vaughan's death was and continues to be, one would be hard-pressed to find a better message for him to leave us with. Seize the day? Sure. But how about seize every moment? Enjoy every drop. Hope you enjoyed that brief bit of history about Life by the Drop, written by the late, the great Doyle Bramhall, and recorded by the late, the great Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Well, hello there, my old friend. Not too long ago it was till the end. We played outside in the pouring down rain. All the way up the road we'd started over again. You're living our dreams, oh, you on time. My mind is aching, Lord, it won't stop. That's how it happened, living life by the drop. Up and down the road in a worn down shoes, talking about good things and singing the blues. You went your way and I stayed behind. We both knew it was just a matter of time. Living our dreams, oh, you on top. My mind is aching, Lord, it won't stop. That's how it happened, living life by the drop. No waste of time, we're alive today. Churning up the past, there's no easier way. Time in between us is the means to an end. God, it's good to be here walking together, my friend. We're living our dreams. My mind stopped aching. That's how it happened, living life by the drop. That's how it happens, living life by the drop. How it happens, living life by the drop.